Right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to VP4TV. I've got my fingers crossed, and I will explain that in a little bit. Hopefully you hear me loud and clear. Welcome to Bill. Let's have a look at the finalists for the 2025 Virtual Straight Pool World Championship. We've got Cobra in the final, who had a first round forfeit from Cheeky Chico. And then Cobra had a second round forfeit to Miskin. And then he eventually had a match where he beat Tommy quite comfortably, 200 to 96. And then he had the win against Acero, who had his chances to take him out. Acero, the defending champion. But Acero couldn't get the job done, so eventually Cobra won that. It was tight, but Acero had all those opportunities and couldn't make it. And then Cobra sent one Coldest Pillow to the one loss side in the hot seat match. So that's how Cobra got to the final. Coldest Pillow having... where the hell's Coldest Pillow in this thing? There he is. Coldest Pillow's first round match was a forfeit against Hazard. And then he had the match against Polka Bouter and won that 200 to 108 in round two. And then a forfeit against Sergej. So both players had two forfeits. And then Coldest Pillow beat MC Clarkey. So that's the first time really that Coldest Pillow's been a threat where he's taken out a fairly, well, what we would say is a strong player. Maybe not strongest at straight pool, but that was a bit of a surprise. And then, of course, he lost that hot seat match, went to the one loss side, and in the one loss side, of course, he then had that sensational win against Albinario. What a great match that was. It's now available for everybody to see on my channel. And that's how he got to the final. So we have a final race to 300. It starts in about 5 minutes' time. And meanwhile, what we'll do is we'll jump in and have a quick look. In fact, let me change the cloth colour. Where are we? Miscellaneous. Set that to blue. We've got the Virtual 9-Ball World Championships up and running now, and I don't even know what the schedule is for it. I haven't had any time to look. But this is a first round match between One Pocket Slim and Demon. And Slim, from a shaky position he was about 15, 20 minutes ago, but he took some advice and started tightening things up a bit. And he's now got himself back into a very strong position here, just about to fall over the line, I would think. Needs another couple of racks, but he needed to tighten things up and play a few safeties on this guy, and he did that and won a couple of racks doing it. Slim was struggling to stay concentrated because this guy, Demon, plays very slow and deliberate, and in actual fact got himself back on par with Slim until Slim decided to sort of just change the tactics a wee bit, and he's gained control of the match again. So he looks as if he's going to be breaking for the match here. I'm just going to tab out for a sec. Excuse me. Just a quick tab out. Steve will be along in a minute or two. Oh dear, I might have jinxed him. He's hung the 9. Well, Slim almost on the brink of being home and dry. He's giving this guy a lifeline. The 8 ball's gone in. 1 ball's in play. 2 balls in play. And the deliberate way this guy, Demon... Where's Demon from? Sweden. It's Albinario in disguise. The way he's been playing, he's been very deliberate, and I would expect him to be out here, so this match might not be over yet. Just got to come back a couple inches here. He really wants to be coming back. He doesn't want to be having to do an awful lot with the cue ball. Well, he's running through to play it long. As long as he's fairly straight. Well, you see, he's the wrong side of this 4 ball, but it shouldn't be any problem. But he's got to get back up for that 6. And the line that this cue ball wants to take is not a great line, I don't think. That 7 ball starts to mess with your head. And he's got to be careful. I'll do one more quick tab. Good afternoon to Steve. Yeah, it takes a little while to kick in again, this Discord. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Well, I can see your light going, Steve, but I can't see, I can't hear anything. Let me check my sound settings here. There's nothing should have changed. Audio and video. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. X. Oh, that's not right. Hang on a minute. Hello. Hello.
I
Now
know.
Yeah, that's it now. You hear me
got
now?
it? I can hear. I've been able to hear you the whole time.
Yeah, but I haven't because for some, it's a long story, but we'll get there eventually, Steve. But to cut a long story short, I'm now in Windows 11, and I wish I hadn't done it. In fact, we're going to have to leave this room. I'm watching Slim at the moment, and he really still should be over the line, but we've got other things to cover here. The Cobra Coldest pillow room is up. Let's get in. Yeah, I did the workaround to install Windows 11, and I did that, but I'm locked on this Aegis software thing that's on my PC. I'm locked on to overclock thing. That red light won't go out. And I also have a driver error that pops up that's quite a common thing, apparently, according to YouTube.
Well, it looks like Coldest Pillow is going to have to break. Last time he had to break, what did Alvin run? Like 80 or something like that?
103.
Yeah.
Well, so, let's see if he's mastered this break again.
He's trying the same stupid break, which is not a good idea.
Yeah, he's left the ball on again.
And he sold out again. I don't know why he keeps doing that break. I mean, because look where the 10 ball is. I mean, even if it's on the bottom of the rack, there's a good chance that ball would be given up.
Right, I did a 2-hour stream earlier today, and I had no problems with the stream. So we'll see how this goes. But I might be back to this PC shutting down and restarting. Carry on.
You're just like Alec Baldwin. Nothing should have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, until he shot somebody.
So the first breakout, and already, even this early on, we're getting a sense of deja vu here for Coldest Pillow. That's still to formulate, and Cobra still to formulate and get a big run put together here.
Yeah, well, there is going to be some big runs in this final. I mean, both these guys are good players. Coldest Pillow needs to bring what he had last time. A lot different style. Cobra's kind of deliberate. Coldest Pillow is a freewheeler.
Well, of course, remember also the big run from Albinario, in the end, it turned out it backfired on him because it did help Coldest Pillow to get full focus on the matter in hand. He had to get himself back into the match. And, not saying that's what's going to happen now, but there's every likelihood it could be that situation.
Yeah, he's set up pretty well here for using the 3 as a break ball. For some reason, guys in VP don't like these break balls further from the rack, but I think they're fine. 12 ball's really good for that. He's going to go ahead and shoot it.
Well, miasma, in summary, Cobra won the lag, put Coldest Pillow into break. Coldest Pillow had the same break he had against Albinario, and he left a ball on, and this is the end result of that.
Yeah, Stephen, pool can be like that. You always tend to inflict more damage to yourself than the other guy does to you.
I'm going to leave the lobby chat up to see that result coming through, see if Slim gets himself over the line.
Because he was having 15-13-6er.
Slim was having a mid-match crisis when I joined the stream.
Well, and he's funny. He had to be on the other side of this line. So now, that's just, those are real basic mistakes. It's like,
well, if he misses a 6, which he has done, he should be pretty good now.
But those are still basic, moving the ball mistakes. You want to be on one side of the line or the other, and it's always a mistake to be on the wrong side of the line. I mean, I'm not saying you can't get out of it, but if you watch, like I've watched Shane play where he'll do something like that and he's pissed off. Not because he can't get out of it and it's not going to be fine, but because he got on the wrong side of the line and he made it more complicated.
Well, he's off and running.
Yeah, this is a great rack. I mean, the ball's spread nicely. You really shouldn't have any trouble getting through this rack.
Well, the 4 ball looks as if it's sitting fairly plumb for a break ball, and it's isolated on its own, so it's unlikely you'd be bumping it again.
Yeah, I mean, the 11's good, but you're right. It's got a lot of traffic around it. It might get moved. Yeah, see, I don't like doing stuff like that. Those little bumps, because it's a little indeterminate. I'm not sure he made anything any better either.
Well, is he going to go into the bunch here because he's got the 11 ball, unless he's going to keep things
He could.
tight for the time being?
It won't push anything at the 4, which is good.
Uh-oh. Well, he's okay. That 8 ball looked as if it was going to marry up with the 4 for a second there, but it's fine.
And he'll be going up table, probably with the 14.
Well, Slim's on the hill, isn't he? He's 3 racks up on the hill. Where's that going to go wrong? I don't like the noise that my PC's making, by the way. It's I can hear the fans running because of this overclock thing been on. I think I could go down any second.
Why are you overclocking your PC?
Well, like I said, the software that was on the PC, after I had installed Windows 11, whenever Windows loads, it comes up with a little box with an AS something.sys driver failed to load. And if you actually go into YouTube with that information, there's quite a few videos about it. And it's to do with the software that's installed into the PC, the monitoring software, plus it's the software that allows you to switch that overclock thing on and off. But now I can't do it. It won't let me switch it off.
You should be able to turn it off in the BIOS.
Yeah, but BIOS is something I don't go into. So I'm going to leave it well alone at the moment.
Well, let's see what choice of pattern he plays here. Looks like he's going to go 1-5-9. See if he goes down to the rail and gets a little cut back.
Well, it looks as if he's just going to
he's going to
stun up the table.
Which this is a little bit more reliable, but...
Well, he's got to watch he doesn't leave himself too straight in this. Yeah, he's fine.
Perfect. Yeah, good control, because it was going to probably run at the side pocket, which never any fun. He could go forward with this if he wants. This is kind of one of those, you could go either way.
Cue balls free and balls available.
Well, that was close.
Yeah. He's got away with it, though.
He would have still had the 15, or the 8. Yeah, I think that's another good rack.
I might have to
spread out nicely. So
now, does he want to take that 14 right now that he's on it?
Yep, he does.
Now that 6 and 9 are almost pretty much stone dead. I think he'll deal with that right now as well while he's at it. No reason not to. Or is he going to keep it as a buffer? Well, again, he's just looking around to make sure where he is before he does commit, and that's always, that's not a bad habit. It's the right thing to do. Just make sure where you are, what you're doing before you commit. And he's played the combo. 2 balls, a good break ball. And I don't know whether is that 11 ball? It might be tighter to the rack, is it? Is that a 13 ball?
That's
well, any of them will do his break ball, so he's got choices here.
We got
2 bailout balls down table.
We got to adjust your monitor. You can't tell the difference between the 11 and the 13.
No, I can't, because it's
the
blue. It's the blue cloth.
The colors are wrong on your monitor. That's why. You got to adjust your monitor so the colors
I'm not going to make it. It's my eyes. That's what it is. I'm not messing with anything.
That's like the BIOS. You stay away from that.
Yeah. No reason to change it. All you need to do is just zoom in a wee bit, and then you get a better idea what the color is.
So, I think you're right, Hugh. This is looking like a lot like Deja Vu. try that crappy break and get a big run put on you.
Well, it's good in the one sense that Coldest Pillow now knows where he is, and he doesn't know what the outcome of this is yet, by the way. That's the problem. He's hoping for a bad roll or something happening.
Well, it could be 300 and out.
Well, that would be a novelty. Well, Cobra's 10% the way home right now. And all he has to do now is commit to what ball is going to be the break ball. He might stick with the 2, as a matter of fact.
I would. Now, I don't like this sequence.
He's too straight here.
I don't like this. Well, I don't like this sequence, period. You don't want to be shooting a 13 or 2 last. He's going to play the 13 as a break ball. He has to.
Slim's beginning to get the squeaky bum time. Demons back to within 2. Slim's still in the hill, 18-16. Oh, dear.
Oh, he did decide to play the 2.
That needs to slow up.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's definitely going to draw this one. Let's see where it's going. This one don't look too risky. I think he's going to hit pretty solid on the 1.
Well, the bonus ball has gone in. Now, he's going to have to cut that 7, isn't he?
He could shoot the 8, but I think the 7's easier.
Yeah, I think he'll take the 7, but he's got to be careful here.
The biggest problem with this is it's going into rack and you could get stuck.
Yeah, he's hit it hard. Well,
he smartly hits it hard, but
well, the 8 ball has actually saved his life there.
The 6 ball.
No, the 8 ball saved his life. The 6 ball was dead. He wasn't getting to it because that 8 ball bumped it into play. He was dead in the water.
But that's what happens when the rack's got gaps in it. You can hit it pretty hard and it still doesn't really spread. Yeah, he got away with that one.
Well, we'll get no balls down table.
He's probably shooting 11 next. Oh, he decides to try to come across. Well, that worked out for him.
And there's the result through. Slim has eventually got over the line. 19 racks to 16. So he'll be relieved at that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how far he can get streaming. I know he likes to stream. I guess it's whatever makes you happy and makes you enjoy it. If he enjoys streaming, then he should. But I don't think that's the way to step up with the next level.
No, because he's too busy. He's too busy trying to play and then looking at the chat, keeping up with the chat. And there's a ball down table now. 3 ball.
Yeah, all the problems are gone. He's got a nice break ball with a 15. I mean, he'll work through this rack. Cobra is a good thinker. As soon as I say that, he does something where he almost.
I think he's in the gap, isn't he? I think he's through the gap there.
He's okay.
So, one thing I never got to ask you, Steve, when you mentioned about what you were tweaking about with VP4, and you mentioned about the snooker table speed. Now, is that confirming that I'm right in the fact that the snooker table speed is too slow by modern day standards?
Well, it's changed some since when I did it. I don't know what you call modern day, but last time I tuned it, I tuned on YouTube. I tuned on YouTube this time. They're going to vary some. I mean, snooker tables aren't going to vary as much as pool tables, but they will still vary some. They definitely seem to be faster than VP was, but I mean, I tended to put VP on the slow side because it's hard to remove the cue ball. I think, for a long time you complained about the pool table being too slow. And
Yeah, it still is.
well, but not by modern day standards, because if you watch how WNT plays them now, I said this for a long time, their pockets are too big, the table's too fast, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one saying it, because they changed all that. Now they play on tight pockets. The table bed's not so fast. If you look at the WNT tables, heck, virtual pool might be faster than those. They are not very fast.
Well done, Slim. You got there in the end. It was hard work.
You just don't watch much pool anymore.
I think my tactical advice got you back in the match at that sort of squeaky bum time when he caught you back up.
Out. Well, that was
okay.
Oh, yeah. Just remember, Slim. It's usually Hugh's advice is the reason why you're winning.
No, and I left the room. Yep. I did everything to help you. In fact, I'll tell you what happened is Slim had a reasonable little lead when I arrived in the room, and then all of a sudden it all dwindled away. But then Slim did a couple of good safes, and that got him 2 racks because Demon couldn't get out of them, or he couldn't get out of them and keep them safe. Demon also refused a kick on a 6 ball on the short rail up top, and Slim had a go at that and took it on, won the rack with that. So Slim had a wee bit more going on upstairs when it mattered, and that got him over the line.
All right, Hugh, back to what we were talking about. So you need to go, the UK Open is going on right now. Watch some of those matches and clock the table. I haven't clocked the TV table. That's usually faster.
It'll be faster, yeah.
I've been looking at I've been looking at a lot of matches. And the tables have been slow.
And in fact, where's the UK Open been played? I know obviously you're going to say UK, but the thing is, it's to warm up over the next few days down south in England, so you'll find that the tables will probably dry out a bit more and speed up. With a bit of humidity in the air. In fact, we've got thunderstorms in the forecast for us up here tomorrow.
But the difference in how the tables play for them from 2 or 3 years ago and now it's night and day. I mean, the tables play more like what pool players expect. Nobody likes to play on new cloth, and it's super slippery and super fast. And
Cobra's got the money ball as his. Oh no, it's not. It's a snake. It's a cobra that's in the 9 ball. That's what it is. I thought that was a dollar sign.
I think he's got that thing pulled out for the next World Championship, not for this one.
Oh, I can see the 9 just in the bottom of the snake. Yeah. Right. Well, Coldest Pillow's break off has cost him 67 balls so far and counting. So the only target now for Cobra to go for is a new high run of the tournament.
I guess the problem I have with that break, that's unbelievable that didn't go in.
What about that for a shot?
That was a boo-boo.
He almost scratched. Look at that. And two knuckles, and it kept it in the table. What a jam he get.
Yeah. Coldest Pillow's going for a break that 1 out of 4, it's a great break.
Yeah. Well,
and another 25%, it's only so-so, and half the time you sell out.
I don't even think it's 1 out of 4, Steve. I think it's a long odds break, that. Well, that was a good enough break-off shot. He's got loads of bailout balls at this bottom end of the table, so he's got a fair bit of tidying up to do, first of all. And he's got a break ball. Is that the 14 or the 10 next to the 6 up there?
14.
Yeah, that'll do as a break ball. I mean, that's fine. That's ideal. Doesn't need to touch that. I think he'll be staying well clear of that ball. I think that's the ball right off the bat. He won't be touching that, or if he does, he'll be surprised. And Cobra did breathe a sigh of relief there. What, you think Cobra played it that way to get that cue ball hanging over the side pocket? Come on. Or am I missing something else here?
I think the only thing you're missing, Hugh, is a gummy.
What's a gummy?
You don't have gummies in the UK?
I don't know. I don't know what you, how you're in. What's it in reference to? What's a gummy?
Like Delta 9 gummies? You don't know what that is?
Never heard of it. I know what a gimme is. I know what a gimme is in golf, but I don't know what a gummy is.
You ever heard of a girl named Mary Jane?
No, never heard of her either.
Boy. You're going to have to learn more about American culture. You probably know everything you wanted to know.
All the American culture I know is Western movies and McDonald's. That's all I know about, and that's frankly all I'm interested in.
They don't usually have gummies in Westerns.
Right, quick look at this 5-ball. I think it looks fairly tight. It might not be, though. No, it's fine.
It is, but these are easy anyways, as long as you get pretty straight on them, especially in these big pockets. You just don't want a lot of cut angle.
Do you think he just wants to sort of leave the angle in that 5, come out for the 14? I mean, that would be the second last ball to get to the 14, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, the simple thing is to go 5-1, just because then you don't have to fit the 5 that hard. Because the harder you hit it, the smaller the pocket is. Of course, he blasts it. He wasn't too worried about it, was he?
Anyway, you still haven't told me what the hell gummy is. Come on, what the hell's a gummy?
You guys want to help him out? Yeah. Stephen Thompson says gummy worms.
Right, well, that tells me nothing. I'm none the wiser.
Man, you guys
even I know what.
You know, gummy worms over there?
No. Or if we do, they're under a different name.
You may not have Delta 9 gummies. Those are ones that are enhanced.
What the hell are you talking about? Tell me, for goodness sake. Just tell me what gummy worms are, or I'm going to get annoyed. Well, I'm actually getting annoyed. Just explain it in plain English.
Delta 9, there's different ones, but they have cannabinoids in them. You know what a cannabinoid is?
No, but don't.
You know what cannabis is? Do you know what cannabis is? Does that make any sense?
Well, I know. I know what cannabis is. Yes, I know. Okay. Yes.
So they're gummies made with cannabis.
Right. So
you know what a gummy is, right? You've had gummy bears. You know what a gummy bear is?
I don't know. Is this a sweet?
Yeah.
Or candy, as you guys call it in the States.
Yeah, but gummies are like, we have gummy bears, gummy worms.
Are these what you'd call jelly sweets? Is that what they are? Right.
They're made with gelatin. Yeah,
well, we've got jelly babies and all of that crap over here. I know what all of that is.
But you have Delta 9 gummies.
No, no. That sounds something like NASA would make. Rubbery, squishy, yeah. So they're just like jelly sweets. Yeah, you must have jelly babies over in the States.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not. I mean, that's just another name. I know gummy bears is gummy worms.
Gummy bears as well. I think we've got some sort of sweets in our store that I don't know. Anyway, needless to say, I don't eat anything like that. Right, so where's the break ball this time? I don't see one leaping out and telling me that there's one there. There's nothing in the rack there, so it's behind the rack, the 11 or the 13 or the 15. That looks like what it's going to be. And touch wood, this PC stays on and it doesn't shut down, because I'm not liking the noises I'm hearing. Okay,
so
Now, is he going to come across the top of that that 8? Not that 8 ball, the 7 ball. No, he's playing the 7. So it's going to be 13 ball then.
Well, I got bad news for you, Hugh. Delta 9 is illegal in the UK.
Well.
But you can buy Delta 8 gummies, which are more like they're more like the CBD stuff that you can buy there, but you can't buy Delta 9. That's illegal.
Right, here we go.
There we go.
Cue ball stays in the table. Run goes to 99. And Cobra is another rack.
What's the high run? 135?
No, 130. He's another rack away from that, isn't he? Yeah, he needs this rack and the next rack. Steve, box up a PC, make you... What does that say? Pay for the shipping. Aye, that will be right. Let's get a drink. I'm just about to finish 1 5-litre bottle of water. I've got another on standby.
See, I don't think Coldest Pillow learned his lesson against Albin because he ended up winning the match. So
yeah,
there wasn't enough pain. But you definitely do not want to break the way he broke. I mean, this is, again, costing him, and it's going to make it hard to win the match.
Well, you know what I told him?
Watch out. Watch out.
You know, he's got lucky twice. Goodness me.
He's hit the same titty twice.
Yeah. Well, I told Coldest Pillow to go practice a lag because he needs to win. He needs to win that. He's not won a lag yet in anything I've seen him do. So that's the biggest mistake he's doing, not winning the lag. I'd have been in a room for 20 minutes practicing the lag before this thing was due to start.
Against good players, lag is super important in straight pool. I mean, because you might not ever get to the table.
Yeah. Well, that beats Albinario's visit that he got from Coldest Pillow's poor break-off, so now this is going to hurt, if it's not already hurting. Well, are we going to dish up Coldest Pillow's eulogy right now, or are we going to leave it a little bit longer?
Well, there's a lot of time left. There's tons of time left, but you got to hand it to Cobra. He's had a couple breaks, but he's playing well.
Right, so it's going to be the 5 ball without a doubt. I would suggest. I mean, 15 ball. I think you could work with that if things went awry somewhere along the line. But no, he's going to be 5 ball, and these are easy enough to get there, aren't they? The 1 and the 9.
Balls up table are always easy to get on the break ball.
They banned menthol cigarettes over here about a couple of years ago because studies told them that menthol flavored cigarettes are encouraging youngsters to take up smoking.
That's because you're a bunch of racists. That's why.
How do you mean?
You didn't know that who smokes menthol cigarettes? It's all blacks.
No, didn't know that.
At least in the U.S., it's like probably 99% of the market is what they don't call it blacks. They call it urban marketing.
Aye, well, the government over here didn't say we're banning menthol cigarettes because black people smoke them. It was and it was the fact that they were saying studies suggested that it was encouraging young people to take up smoking more. But I never knew that. See, now I learned something cultural there. I thought it was big spliffs that the black people smoke. menthol flavored big spliffs. 115 and counting.
I had this conversation one day. I met this woman who was doing marketing, and we had this cigarettes called Cool Cigarettes, Kool, and they're menthol. And they were sponsoring an Indy car, a race car. And I said to her, why are you sponsoring an Indy car? Because I knew it was like urban is what their marketing is for that. I'm like, that's like all white male audience.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, yeah, we just cut it out this year. She goes, you're right. She goes, it's all urban marketing.
See, we don't have any tobacco companies sponsoring sport now, whereas if you went back 20 years, pretty much everything had tobacco sponsorship somewhere along the line. Formula One was a prime example. They had loads of tobacco sponsorship. The snooker had it, the Embassy World Snooker Championships, and all of that is all gone.
Yeah, not so popular anymore. So here's another one, Hugh, which you probably don't know if you don't know that either. Malt liquor. So in the U.S., we have this stuff called malt liquor, which used to be anything over a certain alcohol percentage, although they've since changed that. But there's brands like Colt 45, Old English, what is it, Green something or other. So those are drinking almost exclusively by blacks. Like if you ever saw a commercial for one of those on TV, it would all be black people in it.
Well, we've got nothing like that. I mean, they're obviously aiming their commercials at the right people, then, aren't they? If they know that.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it was made for those people in the first place, but it was certainly marketed to them because that's who was buying the product. Yeah, he's got to draw this one.
4 away from the high run.
He needs to draw this hard. Yep, and he did.
Well, he's got to beat the high run, definitely. Commentators curse, but I can't see where this is going to go wrong to get 4 balls to beat it. Well, there's a bit of there's certainly a bit of nudging needing done in 1 or 2 of these balls.
That's
just to open things up a wee bit.
That's where something could have gone wrong right there. He's past that, so I think he'll be fine and get the high run. That was the shot, but something screwy could have happened.
Yeah, he's just working in a tight space at the moment just to get these picked off and loosen things up a bit, give himself a wee bit more freedom to work his way out here.
Well, he's in a funny spot.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. You can easily just stick yourself on a ball here. Well, that's created a problem. He didn't want to do that.
I would have shot the 5 ball and come up for the 11.
Yeah, he's going to have to fix that situation. The 12 ball and the 15.
He's got choices. He can bank the 9. He can shoot the combo. He can shoot the 11. I don't think he'll shoot the 12-15. That's not sitting good. He can shoot the 8 ball. He's going to have to draw it, and that's what he's going to do.
He's have to avoid collisions there, yeah. But that's going to be the issue.
And he's still a little funny. He's just getting funny. I think he'll draw this 6 ball into the.
No, he's 11. He's thinking cutting the 5 to get the bump here.
He wants the bump, yeah.
And that will do that. problem solved. Now, where's the break ball? Is it the 2 ball? Got it? No, that's too tight.
The 2 ball's too tight. He could break off the 12. He could do side break. The 4's sitting good. If you leave the 12 ball there, and then you could even just stop it and then shoot the 4 ball. Okay, so that's gone.
Oh, I thought he'd overcut that there. Well, I almost nudged that 11 ball into a break ball, but it's a bit high. Yeah, it's way too high.
Well, he just destroyed a break ball he had. I'm not a big believer in that. I'm not a big believer at trying to create break balls when you got a good one, but I don't think he recognized it because.
Well, do you think he might leave that 14? I mean, is that the 14 or the 10?
Terrible break ball.
I don't know. Well, I mean, he could go in, he could get rid of the 15 and use the 9. Play that as his second last ball, use the 9 to get into the side of the pack that way.
The 4 would still work, although it wasn't as good a spot.
I think he's either looking at the 9 or looking at that 14. I mean, it's fairly easy to judge that now with the amount of balls left in the table. But
the 14's better than the 9, but it's harder to get on.
I think he's loath to take the. He's looking at the 15, but he's loath to take it, and he's got a dodgy cut in the 6, and I think this is plan B here.
Well, the 15's not a bad break ball. You go 2 rails into the back of the rack. I mean, the 15's probably the best break ball he's got of that bunch.
Well, I think it's going to go right now because he doesn't fancy taking the 6. So this needs to bump this, and that. Let me have a look at what that's done. I think it's gone behind the rack now. Oh no! Wait a minute. No, he might be good with that now. Yeah,
you can definitely break on that.
Yeah, I think that'll work out.
So Steven, the guy that was really good at making break balls was Mosconi. He was a master at it. Yeah, the greatest straight pool players of all time were Mosconi and Ralph Greenleaf. Willie Mosconi and Ralph Greenleaf were the 2 best of all time. Now,
right,
you got to be a little careful here because this one, it's real easy to get screwy. You've got to go forward or backwards. You don't want to hit a stun shot here.
Oh, cue ball's gone. Oh, yeah, there we go. The run ends at 140.
Yeah, he needed to put some right English on that to get it to come around the corner rather than come straight back. He knew he wasn't going to get a lot of the rack.
Right, well, that takes care of the high run. It's now 139 with that point coming off. And good luck to Coldest Pillow. That's all we'll say. And he's got a bit of a mess to be dealing with as well.
Oh, this rack's not too bad. I mean, at this point, you're just happy to be at the table.
Well, we started at 6 o'clock, and 40 minutes later, Cobra's given up the table to Coldest Pillow. So Coldest Pillow's had a long time to think about his break shot.
Well, he just needs to get in his flow and play.
That's nudged a couple of them loose. Once he gets rid of that 9, he can use get those other 2 from the other side. He might nip round the back right now. Yeah. Get rid of one of them at least.
One thing about Coldest Pillow is sitting for a while doesn't seem to bother him. I mean, he's really got a great approach to playing pool. I mean, his rhythm's wonderful.
Now, is he going to bump these 2 balls? No. I thought he might have bumped those 2 balls with a bailout on the 7 or the 4 there, but he never took that opportunity there. I'm pretty certain he could have broke those 2 balls. Mind you, the 6 probably goes into the side. What am I talking about? Let me have a look. Well, I'd put it this way. I wouldn't want to have to play it, but...
Yeah, that ball goes, but...
Well, I think he might have missed I think he missed a chance there.
That was a good shot there, because he was a little funny. The natural path wasn't any good, but he solved the problem there. Now he can just shoot the 2 and then shoot the 6, which is what he's going to do. You just have to throw this a little.
Yeah, he's got rid of it, and we've got a break ball.
I'll tell you what, if Coldest Pillow runs 139, it's not going to take him 40 minutes.
No. So it more than likely will be the 7 ball out to the break shot. Now let's see if we can get a wee bit closer to this break ball.
Yeah, that's perfect. The reason I say it's perfect is you don't have to do a lot to get a good angle. He could have been a little better than this, a little closer. But this is one you want to stun. Yep, you put a little top on it, and I think that was good. You see how it held the cue ball, kept it from going towards the side pocket?
They broke very nice.
Yeah, that's an excellent break.
I mean, they're all there just to be picked off. There's nothing needs to be bumped. And he's got a break ball sitting there. That 6 ball looks as if it'll do pretty good where it is. I think that's the one to avoid.
Here. Yeah, that was a danger shot, because he was going to get a bump on that 9 ball.
Oh, hang on a minute here. He can tweak the 1 ball in. He can get through the gap and just tweak the 1 ball in, I think.
Oh, he can, okay.
Just to know more, I think.
But he's 6. I knew that was going to be a potential
I think
issue
he's
there
bailing out.
Yeah. He might have shot the 8 instead of...
well, he can definitely just squirt through there and take that 1 out. I mean, he's sort of having doubts about it.
Yeah, well... Better safe than sorry.
Bail out. That's what I say. If in doubt, bail out in the 6.
Uh-oh.
He's too far to the rail. Oh goodness me! How much of the diamond? I mean, that was a middle diamond, wasn't it? Let's have a look at that again. Look at where the 6 ball goes. Well, it wasn't quite that far, but I'll tell you, he rode his luck there a wee bit. And of course, that was the break ball, or what would have been the break ball. He's now got an 8 ball that he might have to work inside or cut to the rail and into the side of the pack, or go from the back of the pack. So he's still got options here.
One of the reasons why he got in that situation, and this is one of my favorite things to do. You've got a plan, and then the cue ball gets a little funny. And instead of redoing your plan, you stick with it, because he was always going to shoot that 10x, but he pulled it back too far. And man, I've done that so many times, and that's a killer, because you need to adjust your plan if you get in a different spot.
Welcome to Tam, Spud Boy, and whoever else is watching.
Well, he's got the 13 here. He's going to shoot the 4. I would shoot this with a little speed. Make sure you get the 9 to bump those 2. Yep. I mean, I think they might have been dead, but the 9 was going to go into them, so you just didn't want to hit it easy.
Right.
Leave them all 3 tied up.
Yeah, that's actually done a lot of help there, that little nudge. That's got everything sitting good. Well, good as far as picking things off are concerned, but he's got that. Is he going to leave that 13 ball there as a break ball, maybe?
Yep.
Because then you've got to get up the table onto it, haven't you?
Well, he's got a choice, 13 or 2. I think he'll use the 13.
Oh, this is critical that he gets himself reasonable. It just needs to slow up.
He's a little steep, but, this is where you make or break. And this one, you got to draw this. I would not follow this. Just the angle it's going in that 14 ball I don't like, even though it's a back cut. Yep, and he does draw it, and he drills it. Good shot.
Yeah. And those balls that are in the rack, they can, again, be picked off in the right order. There's nothing you need to start really messing about with. 2 goes from this side once the 10 ball's out the way. Oh. And the 11's tight, but you could use it. The 8 ball's there, you could use it. So the roadmap has to be embedded in his head for the time being. I think the 1 ball goes clean as well past the 7.
Well, Stephen, he took your advice. He just cleared the back rail.
Oh, I would get rid of the 7 first. I'd be a bit worried about that 1 ball. That 1 ball is married to the 7, maybe in the wrong side of it. I wouldn't trust it. Well, he's nudging balls.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's got time to get to it.
Yeah, well, he needs to look at this 1 and 7 and be careful when he does look at them, because that 1 ball, I wouldn't trust it. I would be taking the 7 ball first.
You got to shoot the 7, and that was a good time to do it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hang about with these down this table so much. I mean, it's okay having 1 ball down at the bottom end here, but not these 3. I'd be getting to that 7 sooner rather than later. He might be doing that now. Thing is he's straight on it, so he could come back and just take the 1 ball as well.
Yeah, one thing about him, you notice that the speed of his shots. He doesn't, he tends to shoot a lot of balls at the same speed. I mean, obviously not all of them, but he tends to hit balls, at the same kind of pace, kind of a medium pace. And there's some real advantages of playing that way, because you're never babying anything. It's always a fairly firm stroke.
Well, he's set up now. Going to get rid of 1 of them. Well, this should be a lot easier to get. Can he go forward and come across off this? No, he's too straight.
He's pretty straight.
He's going the other way.
He did try to go forward, and he's a little too straight on this. He's going to have to wham this and hope he doesn't get stuck.
Yeah.
You can draw this. You do risk the corner pocket if you draw it hard.
Well, he's got a ball out. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going?
It's a Cobra. It's a Cobra bounce.
It's a Cobra bump. Yep. Well, you'll take it now. He's got to leave the angle to get into the back of this pack right now, hasn't he? Yeah. He's seen the problem now. He needs to make sure he doesn't lock himself up.
This is scary here. It goes in between that 2 and 12. It could get stuck. Oh, he got the 12 ball.
That's come out. That's come out good. And he's on the 15 or whatever. Yeah, and he's on the 9.
I think that's better than good, Hugh. What's better than good?
Pretty damn good. Now, what about the 3 and 7? Are they set? They're pretty much absolutely spot on. You can't miss them. So they don't need to be bumped. They're sitting there just to be comboed. And the emergency bailouts are there.
The 10's not a great break ball. I think he shoots the 3-7, doesn't hit it too hard. He can use the 3.
Mm-hmm.
He may bump the 3 or 7 right here. Yeah. So
well, that sort of decides where the break ball is, doesn't it? Right now, I think that's odds on that's going to be in favour. I would suggest it will be. Now, in fact, I'm not even going to mention it right now. I'm not going to mention it right now because I know that is leading to a jinx. I'm not going to say anything. Open my big mouth. You know what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
so 3 ball for the break ball. Well, Cobra won't have a sweat on yet. He won't have a sweat on yet because there's still a ways to go here as far as Coldest Pillow's visit is concerned.
I'll tell you what, from what I've seen of Coldest Pillow, if somebody's going to start feeling the heat, it's not going to be him. It's going to be Cobra.
Well,
I mean, he just, he's a pretty cool customer the way he plays.
Well, it's going to take a fair bit to beat that semi-final match. That's all I'm saying. He's a bit straight in this. Is he going to go 2 rails?
Yes.
Or is he going to go stun?
Rails. No, he's going 2 rails. He's got it here.
No,
you got to hit it too hard to stun it.
Right. Cue ball is in play. Balls are in play. A bit more tidying up to do in this rack, but he's still good to go.
He's probably going to shoot the 8 here. And this is probably going to hit the 4. Just depends on speed. Could hit the 10. Most likely it's going to get a piece of the 4 ball.
Does he want to start hitting something right now, though?
Well, I don't think he's got a lot of choice.
He's not going to be able to avoid it if he does commit to the 8. But I don't think he's got any other choice, really, looking at it. He can do a stupid cut in the 3 or whatever it is over the side pocket.
No,
but
he hit it real easy. Which worked out. I mean, he's got the 7.
Get rid of the 7. You can make the combo. I think that's a fairly good set combo as well, that 12 and 15, if it was desperate enough to take it at some point. Now, I don't know what he's played for there.
4 ball.
Oh, he's on it. I thought he'd actually blocked himself off on it. He's fine.
Yeah. Well, he had to get the 4 ball out of the way. I mean, that was just in the way of other balls.
Right, so the 11 ball goes straight through the gap. And it doesn't count. Yeah. It's nowhere near been a break ball, so he can get rid of that.
He's probably going to shoot the 10 here now. He's going forward, which I don't like. This could get himself in trouble. Yeah, I did not like that shot at all. You know, anything could have happened there.
Yeah, he's got himself. He might be playing this 13 ball next.
No, he's looking at the 9 ball.
He's starting to run into balls here. I don't think he should be running into balls. That combo sit there. He's bumped it and he's missed the pot.
Missed it.
Would you believe it? Oh, that's a huge mistake. The run ends on 61. He's taking his eye off the ball there because he wasn't committed really in what he was doing, I don't think. I think he should have took that 13, get rid of that. I don't think he needed to start bumping into stuff. But anyway, Cobra's went and got a coffee. Oh, he's back.
Well, I mean, he put a pretty good run in, but he's not even halfway to where Cobra is, so he's got a lot of work to do.
Well, this could be where the pain really starts. And it was a fairly mediocre pot to actually be missing. That just shows you he was too busy worrying about where the cue ball was running into there, took his eye off the job in hand and actually getting the ball in the hole.
Well, pool's difficult because it's hard, you know, even with these big pockets, it's hard to make ball after ball after ball. All it takes is one little mistake and you're done.
So this is Cobra's second scoring opportunity.
Neither one of these guys misses too many balls. I mean, it's typically going to be more about making an arrow with a cue ball.
Yeah. Well, the interesting bit is still to come here because we've got a break ball at the back of the pack. He's going to be potting one of these 2 balls here to get to this. You've got a bailout down here he needs to get rid of, which he'll deal with, but he's definitely going to be using this pink 12 ball for the break ball, I would assume. I can't think it's going to be any other way. 5 ball, 1 ball. Now the problem here is that he's got to watch that he gets just past the pack or the rack. But now he's going to use the one ball. Yeah, it's okay. I never even looked to see where it was in the rack. It's fine, just at the corner.
See if he goes one or two rails here. He could do either. It's going to go two.
Oh, he's going to be nailed to the rail here, though. He's nailed to the rail.
That's okay. I mean, you know, all you got to do is make the ball. Just got to hit this a little speed. Make sure he gets enough of the 4-ball.
Say that again. Cue ball logistical errors. Well, he's got the break, but he's got a big stack there to tidy up. Now he can do that. I think he can do that with the 8-ball. Can he? Maybe not. No, the 8-ball isn't. I thought the 8-ball was clean at the back of the rack of balls here, but it isn't. So
yeah, I think he'll probably shoot the 2-ball here. He could bank the 3 or shoot the 2, cut the 2.
Well, that's a wee bit of a head scratcher, this rack. He's definitely got his work cut out from here to get this sorted out.
Well, the tricky part about this isn't making a 2-ball. It's coming up with a shot. And he killed it, and that's no good. He didn't kill it enough.
He's gone too far. I'm pretty certain he was trying to use the ball in the short rail there to get the break into the pack there, but he has overhit it.
Oh, he's got the 4-ball still. That's all
he's going to be hampered though. Over the top of that.
Not only that.
Oh no, he isn't. No, he's fine.
The direction he wants to go isn't great. He needs to get it to come below the 13 so he can shoot the 12. Unless he's going to take a big chance, and he's drawn this, so he's going to just. This is a weird shot. Well hit.
Yeah, he's running out of opportunities here, though, rather fast, I have to say.
Oh no!
Has he landed on that 6?
The 14 or the 6-ball. No, he shoots a 12 and then shoots the 14 or the 6 on the side to break up some balls.
Well, he's looking. Is he looking at any sort of combo? Is there anything set there anywhere?
I don't know what he's looking at, but he's going to shoot the 12 and then either shoot the 6 or the 14.
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Well, he's a little straight on it. That's not really what he wanted.
Yeah, he's going to pinch a bit here to just make the angle and get a brush off them. You've got to watch he doesn't roll through and scratch off these. Though.
Yeah. All kinds of bad stuff can happen on that kind of shot.
In fact, I'll tell you, he can't really pinch too much either, Steve, because that 6-ball's in the way.
No, he's better off shooting a 6 and then shooting a 14. I think he can shoot the 6. Maybe he'll need a little left English to throw it.
Yeah, he wants to.
He's afraid to do it.
Yeah, in fact, he didn't even get to the pack, so he's definitely going to be 6-ball. And I don't know that that's great either. He might be. Is he going to miss the top of the pack here?
Yeah, he's got to go into the 7. He's going to shoot the 6 and bump the 7, and hopefully come out with a good shot where he can get into the rack.
Yeah, they're just that.
That'll do it.
This is. He's going to have to do the big cut here and get the hit. Surely this time.
That's probably good enough. I'd be shooting it right now.
Yeah.
You want to go in this with speed.
Oh, that's worked out a dream. That's worked out a dream. Look at the way that's sitting. Well, although he's still got to work out a break ball, but it could be back of the pack. So it's a lot better looking than it was 30 seconds ago. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, it's definitely crisis averted. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
He's
home free now. He's just got to decide what to break on. Probably the 15 is his best option.
Yeah, and you've got that 8-ball to get there. You could roll down in the 7-ball as well. So his choices are there for him. And what my question is where is Albinario? Where is Bedhead? The Swedes have abandoned the tournament. Right. Well,
Okay,
off we go.
He really needs to go forward with right English here. He could try to come back and clip the 4-ball. Straight is not good.
He always
He got
caught
the
the 4.
4-ball. Yep.
And that 6 and 8 ball are stone dead. Absolutely plump. Can tell that in the overhead.
Well, it's a good thing it's VP because in real life, this is nobody's favorite shot.
Now, anything in this rack of balls here to be thinking about? Well, the 4 ball is perfect if you want to just nudge something and you roll the 2 in or something to get to the 4 if you need to. So there are ways and means of dealing with this cluster right now. We know that the combo's dead set. So that's an emergency bailout, that combo. You could leave that well alone and try and deal with what there is here. And they might be able to do it with the 10 as you get, no, he's not got the right angle. In fact,
Yeah. Well, you could get on the 4 from the 10.
Yeah, you can go around the back end. Yeah, he just wants to get that right angle, just to do a little nudging. No.
Not quite sure what he was trying to do there. But I don't think he'll have any trouble getting this rack opened up.
In fact, no, that's a bit of a harebrained scheme. That there, I was looking at the 11 and the 11 and the 12. The 12 get in off the 8 ball. How about that for a combo? Well, he's looking at the combo or the first combo now, and Andy's going to try and do some damage, is he? No, he's trying to get to where we spoke about. Needs to keep going. Well, he's fine.
That was a
He's
nice
going
shot.
to certainly hit the 7.
You don't have to hit this hard because you get the 2 and 13 there.
Yeah, I mean, he's guaranteed a bailout, and he's going to do a little bit of loosening up here.
Yep. That was the right way to play that. Make sure you make solid contact on that, and everything's open enough to go with it now.
The 12 ball's a bit tight trying to get into that corner, I have to say.
Well, but you got the 7 ball. You got the 7. You're going to be able to nudge balls. I think he should go 2 and then 7 and bump the 9.
Well, he's already now got himself a 3 ball in place for the break shot, so he might be leaving that well alone, but he's got to be careful. Oh, hang on a minute. He can squeeze that and pinch a wee bit and nudge the 9 out of the way. Is that going to nudge the 12 as well? Yeah.
That was the plan. He got a little straight on the 7 as well.
He's okay from this side. Everything's good.
Yeah. No, everything goes. I mean, he's fine.
So Cobra with a 110-point lead and more than halfway home. 3 ball being the break ball. Now, is he going to sneak round the other side? I think he's got too much angle. He might, if he was playing the one in the short rail.
It's funny. He'd have to try to. Yeah. If he's going to shoot that, he has to run into the 9.
Yeah, he's left English to get a bump. Ball. Yeah, and that deals with that.
So we're a little down on viewers, and I think it's because it's Mother's Day. Everybody's taking their mother out. You got Mother's Day in the UK?
Yes, we do. I'm trying to think. There's I don't think there's much else on.
Has Ventures is here. Yep.
Of course, in the hood, they don't have Mother's Day. They have Mother's Day, don't they? That's what they have. That's what they have in the hood.
Boy, he's going to leave this pretty thin on this 9 ball.
Yeah,
but he's okay. The good news is it's not that bad going back and forth there. Oh, he didn't hit it. Go ball. Go ball. Well, You got to make the decision whether you're hitting a draw or going top. I'm always scared to go top when they're this close to the rack. He's going to draw it. Now, this is not a gimme.
Oh, he played at a nice pace to try and control the cue ball, but it's leaked away. He's got a bailout. It might be the 15, but not a lot else. In fact, it won't even be that.
No,
it won't even be that. I thought he could see it.
He's got trouble.
No.
You can cut the 9 ball, which is nobody's favorite shot.
Oh no, that's wild. That's wild. That he might. In fact, he'd probably be more keen in cutting the. He might be more keen in cutting the 11.
Well, it looks like
no. He's going for the 9.
Cut the 9. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of choice here. He's got to shoot at something because I don't see any easy way of getting safe.
Well, it's a big shot.
It's a very big shot.
Oh, he's nailed it. And has he got a shot, though? I think he's got a bailout. He's fine. Well, that was a pressure pot.
He hit that a little easier than I thought he would, but it's down and he's... Well, that's what happens in this game. Sometimes you just got to shoot shots.
Yeah, you just got to grow a pair and go on with it. Now, how about this set up here with the 10 and the 2? That's a bit awkward. I don't know whether he can get a chip in this. He's trying to get a chip. Yeah, he's got a little chip, and there you go. Problem solved. Just a little edge he needed just to free them up.
Well, we'll be going a little over an hour, and he's up to 181.
Now, somebody do the arithmetic here. He's on 43, and he's got how many to get to the finishing line? 117, is that right?
No.
Or am I counting?
You're counting funny.
I know I'm counting funny. Somebody do the arithmetic, because I can't count.
He needs 70 balls.
Right, he needs 70 balls, so... and he's on 46, so that's 100 and... So he can't beat the high run again, can't he not?
No, I'm sorry. He's got 185 points, so yeah, he needs 114 now.
Right, so he can beat the high run again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that'd be a great achievement to do that in the final, to beat it twice. In fact, I've already forgotten what the high run is. Somebody remind me. 100. What was it?
139, was it?
What was it? So somebody maybe will have been paying attention. This is a wee bit tricky here. It's a wee bit tricky. Is he going to get rid of the 6 ball? Does it go? 6 ball does go up the table. I don't know. Yeah, this is...
Well, I would go 3 rails back. Oh,
he's
he was
trying
able
to
hold it.
He's trying to check it up and hold it, and that's well played.
So he's got his choice here. He could shoot either one.
Is he going to leave it real close?
No, he's going to back up.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. It needs to slow up. That'll do it.
Yeah, that's fine. He's definitely drawing this one.
Cue ball. And there's a lifeline. The run ends in 50.
Well, you know, he's been hitting break shots headed towards the side pocket this whole match.
Yeah, and that's finally done the damage.
Finally got him.
Well, you know what you've got to do, Coldest Pillow. Good luck. You just got to keep potting balls.
Well, I mean, it's certainly within range. I mean, I think for Coldest Pillow to really crank off a big run, he's going to have some things go his way, because I don't think a straight pull is good enough to, consistently do large runs. He makes too many pattern mistakes, and
that 7-ball came to his rescue because he was on nothing.
yeah. So, but that said, I mean, if you can run 50, you can run 150. You just may need a little bit of luck here or there. Uh-oh.
No, he's cutting this into the side, is he? He needs to be double checking that.
There goes a siren.
What is that? The storm warning?
Yeah, I think it was only the golf course siren. Last night, the big siren went off. We have a big air raid siren. Went off last night. We were under a tornado
Was
warning.
it a tornado warning? Yeah.
Go and hide time. But that was just a local golf course one. It goes off for lightning. Yeah, we've been having a lot of storms there.
Yeah, you can keep them as well. You can have as many as you like, Steve.
Well, we needed rain, but it's been, like.
Well, we've had a really long dry spell. We've got another area of high pressure building up over the top of us, so we're dry for all next week again. But we do have thunder, possible heavy showers tomorrow. But we've had fire warnings. I've had fire warnings in my email. Countryside. We've already had fires, quite a few fires in the earlier dry spell we had, and we've now got another fire warning because the land is just ready to be ignited.
Yeah, too dry. Well, we were pretty dry, but this is our, 4th day in a row? If tomorrow is supposed to rain all day. Yeah, I think Tuesday it's finally going to let up.
Well, that area of low pressure that's coming up from Spain is the one that's bringing the heavy rain to the south of England at the moment, and it's heading up our direction, according to the forecast. See, this is Coldest pillow at his. He's right in the kitchen. He's played lots of break shots from the kitchen.
Yeah, he's chasing a shot. He ain't afraid of these shots. He's taking his time on this one.
Yeah, he's trying to get in full focus mode, if he isn't already. Well,
Yeah,
that 8-ball needs to stay in the table. Oh.
See how that cue ball came down? So a lot of guys in straight pool, especially these bigger pockets, they'll break with like inside English. Like on that shot, they'd break with right English, so that when the cue ball goes to the side rail, it kicks up instead of going down.
Mm.
But it's not that comfortable a shot from distance.
Well, the emergency bailout ball is there in place, the 8-ball over the corner. Let's have a look at how tight that is in the corner. Where's my V button went to? Yeah, that 8-ball's fine. So that for the time being, he can leave that 8-ball well alone and try and get something organised at that end of the table. But again, I don't see an obvious break ball.
By the way, Hugh, not to jinx or anything, but your stream's been very stable. I mean, my YouTube's kept right up. It's running good.
Yeah, but my PC's running good. I can hear it. I can hear the fans moaning. But I'm not touching buttons. I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is just using my V button and moving up and down the table now and again, but that's it. And I've got but the reason I'm doing that is because I've got all my other fingers and toes crossed.
Oh boy.
I'm going to have, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a minute.
Who's jinxing it there, Henry?
Right, listen to this. Listen to this. I'm going to read out this pop-up that comes up when the PC loads. It says, message, can't open capital A, small s, capital I, capital O dot sys, and then 2 exclamation marks, and then open bracket 2, close bracket 2. Now, if you go and Google that or put that on YouTube, it'll come up with various videos on how to fix this issue. But that's what I get all the time since I installed Windows 11. And the fact that now I can't switch off this overclock thing in the PC. So it's A, capital A, small s, capital I, capital O, dot sys, exclamation mark, open bracket 2, close bracket 2. And if somebody can work out a good way to fix that, then I've got TeamViewer, get in and get it bloody fixed for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if you're asking me to screw your PC up for you, the answer is no. Go ask Simon. Go ask Simon. Let him screw it up for you.
I'm saying nothing else to that. But it's actually, it seems to be quite a common thing with Asus PCs, Republic of Gamers PC, which mine is, and that bloody software that they have on board the PC. And but the first thing I did, Steve, when I installed this Windows 11, I used my classic shell program that I've had on the PC for years. And all you do is just hit the button and boom, suddenly your PC from Windows 11 just looks like Windows 10. And I know how to navigate around it. I've got no problem. But this Windows 11...
Let's see what he does here. I think he'll probably come back into the 2-ball.
Windows 11 can stay the way it is. I'm not interested in it as far as that goes. Watch the cue ball, it's gone. Yeah, that's a classic scratch.
Well, you know, he got into the inside part of the 2-ball. He needed to hit it dead on the outside. The inside was not good.
Yeah, that's the classic scratch you'll get at the back of the pack running into the corner. Well, it's only 27, and that might be sayonara. If Cobra's warmed to the task here, 111 he needs. He could finish it in style.
Cobra's probably on his 2nd gen.
Now, what does Miasma say? I liked Win XP interface, Hugh. All that vendor crap is optional. You can get rid of it if needed. Well, that's how I do get rid of all of that. I just use classic shell.
Cobra right off the bat tries to screw himself. Did he?
I think he's okay though, is he?
I think he can shoot that 2-ball, but boy, that was close. First shot he tries to screw himself. Wow, that was something else.
I thought you were going to come up with a very simple solution to get rid of this error that I told you about there.
He did come up with a very simple solution. Get rid of all the third-party crap that gets installed.
Yeah, well, I got rid of the program, but it's made no difference. There's more to it than that. You have to go into the Windows. I've seen it on YouTube. But the problem with the YouTube videos is they're done by people who, a lot of them don't even talk you through it. All they do is go through the screen, and I like to be guided like a numpty. I mean, the guy's video that I watched on how to bypass Windows 11, the Windows 11 check, that was very simple. All you do is write in a command prompt, and boom, there we go. It does the test. It gets fooled into thinking your PC's okay, and it installs Windows. It was done in less than an hour.
Yeah, or you could just do what Henry said and get rid of all your Asus software that's on there.
Well, that was it, but I'm going to have a deeper rummage and have a look. And in fact, I uninstalled about 5 different Asus programs, got rid of all of them. It's made no difference, but there's more you need to do in an actual Windows folder, and that's where I'm scared, you know, to start messing about with stuff and venturing into the unknown. I don't want to do more harm than good. But I mean, the PC boots up, you shut down that message and everything's fine. You know, I could just live with it and leave it well alone.
Yeah, I used to buy a lot of Asus motherboards, and I think the one I have right now is an MSI board.
So, 8 ball to get rid of at some point. Well, I don't know whether he's come down for the 8 or he's getting rid of the 4.
He's shooting a 4.
Getting rid of the 4.
Yeah, let's see what he decides to do. I'd probably leave the 8 for last myself.
Now, see when somebody comes into the stream, Defty, and says, just make your own custom Windows 11 install, far simpler. That's fine if you know what you're doing. You know.
Yeah, see, I think this is the harder way to go, to leave the 1 last. I think it's a lot easier to leave the 8 ball for last and guarantee a shot on the good shot on the 5.
Well, I think part of the problem was he ended up 2 straight in 8, but he's on good line now by the look of it.
Yeah, but because you get funny on this 1, and then it's tough. You know, he's fine now.
But then again, that's, you know, where Cobra's got the big advantage over a lot of players, where he's control of the cue ball is generally a higher standard than most in this game, and that's why he can get there more often than not. What's happened here, though? Hang on a minute. He's okay. He's got the bait. He's got the bait. I think he's on the 14, as a matter of fact. He's fine. Yeah. Yeah, if you're in full control of your mouse in this game, you're halfway home to being a pretty decent player. Let's put it that way. It's all of these players that don't realise that if they get themselves dialed in better, they're under far more control. This 8 ball will do some damage if he's taking that. So, an hour and 23 minutes and 96 balls needed here.
94.
Or whatever it is, 94. See, I told you I can't count.
I know you can't count. Henry, why are you bugging me?
Just finished an MSI build today. WAMD Ryzen least. What that? You might as well type that in Welsh. I haven't a clue what he's talking about.
He's making a PC. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, see, when you start talking PC languages, when you're quite comfortable at constructing PCs, you're talking to a guy who pays money, buys a PC, gets it home, plugs it in, boots it up, and Windows works, and that's it. That's the type of person I am. As for constructing a PC, buying bits, putting them together, and doing all of that, no. That is way beyond my capacity.
They're really not too hard, especially nowadays.
Well, you see, not when you know what you're doing. You see, that's anything. I didn't think I'd ever be able to drive a car, Steve. And now I drive a car and I don't think about it. You see that, but you can get things into perspective.
No, what I'm saying is that they're a lot easier to build than they used to be. I mean, it's
that's still neither here nor there to me.
Well, because cars aren't really much different today than they used to be. I guess if you want from manual to automatic, it'd be simpler. But PCs there's just not very many components you need to put in them. I mean, you need to plug a graphics board in it. That's it. I mean,
right. So what I should be doing is buying that PC simulator game where you build PCs in the game, and that tells you all the bits and pieces you have to put together. You think I should be doing that and start from the bottom?
It's simple. You buy a motherboard and a graphics card and memory, and that's about it. You know, I mean, you typically on today's PCs, you typically don't need to put other cards in them. You need storage, but that's usually NVMe storage nowadays, which is solid state storage that just plugs in the motherboard. So it's pretty easy.
My love soldering. Give him a soldering iron and he's lethal. Right.
I mean, you can literally put one together in, less than an hour nowadays.
Here we go. Oh dear.
Oh, shit.
He's overcut that by quite a margin. So here's another very flimsy, shall we say, lifeline. Cobra's not happy. Run is 28. And
That was shot pretty quick for Cobra.
a ball must have been in as well. I think a ball must have been in.
You don't need a graphics card, but if you're going to game a lot, you do. I mean, VP4 will run on most graphics processors that are on chip for the CPUs, but a lot of games won't.
Well, I found that out when I got my very first PC. It was a second-hand one I got at the work. The guy was selling it. I said, I'll have it. And of course, my interest was gaming. And so the first game I installed on it was Link's Golf. And it wouldn't show certain graphics on it. And of course, I didn't have a clue what that meant. And then it was explained to me that you've got a shitty PC and it's got an onboard card and all of that stuff. So that was it. That was my life changed as far as computers go. I don't know what computer I'm on now. I mean, this must be about 8 or 9 down the road. I used to love Link's Golf. I mean, it's crap now compared to the golf games that are out now, but I loved it.
Yeah, VP4 doesn't take a lot. It's going to take more in the future, but it doesn't take a lot now.
Now, here's a question for you guys. I've just reminded myself there. Have any of you guys, in playing VP4 over the last few days, had anything funny happen? Is there any weird...
The funny's gone. I fixed the funny on, what was it?
Well.
It was on Saturday. Did I fix the funny Saturday? No, I fixed the funny Sunday.
Yeah, well, I know you've said that.
Funnies I fixed.
I know you've said that, Steve, but I'm still asking.
Saturday. Let's see. No, I had the first funny was Thursday. I fixed the second funny yesterday. Is it yesterday? Yesterday morning, I think I fixed the second funny.
So you've had no more funnies from elsewhere trying to do naughty things then? Have you been able to monitor that?
There's always people trying to get in servers. If you have a server, there will be people or software constantly trying to get in it. That's just the way the world is.
Yeah, it was that kind of funny. Well,
no, it wasn't a ha. It wasn't a ha funny.
No, it wasn't that funny ha.
No, I had to. I spent quite a bit of time dealing with issues the last few days.
That's where you went wrong, Steve. You could have got it done, and you could have got a better deal if you get Joe Pesci involved. Just send Joe Pesci over. He'll sort them out.
Yeah,
with a baseball bat.
No, but everything's running good now. I had a problem where the new users were having trouble getting in rooms. I'm sure you saw that stuff in the lobby. And I fixed that Saturday morning.
Well, we're just basically letting Coldest Pillow go on with it and see what happens. That's all you can do. Just get the head down, get in the zone, and just keep potting them, because you never know. Who would have gave Coldest Pillow a chance in that semi-final?
I've been very distracted, so I was planning on releasing localized language pretty soon, but it's just been put back because I keep working on other stuff.
Oh, welcome to Eduardo. Now that sounds Brazilian if ever I've heard one. Eduardo Silva. Yeah, he's a psychopath, is he?
No, he's one of the guys that had trouble getting into VP. He's one of the guys that worked with me to get things fixed.
Is he? Is that him? He's subscribed to the channel.
Well, I mean, he's in the room right now.
Because it says on the it said Botrix has posted a message saying thank you for the follow. So there you go.
I don't know if that's the same guy, but the guy that's in the room, EDUQMC. Yeah, that's the guy who was who first brought this to my attention. He couldn't get in the
Brazilian.
room.
Now, see, that was a good guess. I knew he was Brazilian as soon as I saw that name. Right, he's down at the long grass again, Coldest pillow.
Well, let's see, where is he breaking into? He'll draw this, and he drew it hard. I'm not sure he had to draw that one hard, but he did.
Cue ball's good enough, and he's got a shot. That's all he needs. Now the hard work starts again.
Yeah, well, Coldest pillow needs to. This is what do you call it, Hugh? Last chance saloon. We're getting to that point. He needs to do something fantastic here.
Yeah, it's a long, long road ahead of him.
All you got to do is keep making balls.
Very simple game, straight pull. Very simple. And I think he's dead in the water already. He's going to have to play a combo or cut the 5, is he? I don't think he can get to that. Yeah, he's going to have to play the combo.
But this is a pretty easy combo. You couldn't ask for much easier. I mean,
remember those words, folks. And it's gone in, left side of the pocket, but it's gone in. So, nothing to bail out on at the bottom end of the table.
Yeah, this is a little tricky right now. So you got to decide. I like the fact that he's shooting this 3 ball. I think this is a smart play because the 5 ball is going to be tough to get on another ball.
He'll bump the 4 and 2 apart if he's doing that. I don't like this.
You've got a gap for the 1, you got a gap for the 14, but you don't get in a gap.
I don't like this. He's
okay.
In the gap.
He's okay.
No, I would have taken that 3 every day of the week there because I know I'm nudging those 2 balls free.
Yeah, shoot the ball.
He's going to try and draw into them here. He's trying to pinch a bit. Yeah.
I mean, in real life, he wouldn't have shot the 3 because that's a lot tougher shot. But in VP,
he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
The 10 ball goes.
Does it? Yeah. Oh, it does go. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. He's a jammy git.
Well, you don't want to be stupid here and lock yourself on the 3. Boy, he's trying to figure out another way of screwing up.
He's trying his best here to do something daft. He's very much trying his best.
Well, this is natural to go 2 rails, shoot a 3, 4 to 4. Oh, he hit that awful easy.
This needs to bounce. He's checking out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, that was...
Well, is he going to run the 4? He doesn't... Right. Is he going to try and bump these again, is he? Yeah. See, that's
I didn't like that shot because he didn't need to bump him.
Yeah. His natural instinct there gets the better of him.
And this 8 ball is crappy because what's he going to shoot afterwards? He needs to shoot the 3.
Yeah, this is heading again into the jungle territory. This cue ball if he pots that 8.
Yeah, I don't like shooting.
Why doesn't he just pot the 3?
If you're going to shoot the 8, you got to take the cue ball all the way around the table. I mean, you got to hit this and go like 4 rails because nothing else good can happen otherwise.
Well, he's on the 8.
Yeah, that's a nice safe shot.
Now, does he go forward and check this for right English, or does he try and come up inside here?
Well, they're sitting funny. I don't know what he's going to do.
He's played a little bum. I don't know that that's helped him.
Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, he can just get there. Yeah, he can shoot
the 9, too.
Well, he's looking and humming and hawing and whatever here, but he can get there.
If he's going to shoot the 11, he's got to be careful of getting blocked.
You get a bust through there.
He's going to draw back and probably shoot the 1. Well, he bumped it.
Well, now
Well,
it's
It's going to be
that 9 ball's
interesting.
too far in the rack, isn't it?
The
So
9's too far in the rack, and the 1's a pretty shitty ball to try to break off of.
he's going to have to check this for right English, this 1 ball, and come off the side rail and into the pack and hope he gets lucky. That's the only way I see this is going to work. Unless he's is he trying to? Where's he going? He's trying to get the back of the pack. He's going to have
boy, is he going to have a shot? Yeah. Well, this is actually about as good as we're going to do with that 1 ball.
Is he going to risk checking this a bit?
You'd like to hit the 4 ball. You can scratch off of it.
He's got left English on it.
Oh, he hit
the cue
11.
ball's gone. Cue ball's gone. Disaster. You called it. I'm blaming Steve. He mentioned scratch. I didn't do anything. The run ends in 41.
Well, I mean, he didn't leave himself a very good break ball, and that's kind of the moral of that story. I think if he would have got over to the 4, he would have had a lot better chance of not scratching.
Every time Steve said it's a little tricky, he sounds drunk. Does he? I'll need to listen for that.
It's a little too early to start drinking. It's only 2:38 p.m. in the afternoon here.
Well, is this a run to the finish line? Cobra hopes it is.
Well, I mean, he's got a pretty good table. He can leave the 4 ball to break with. Watch out.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Oh, God.
That is so freaking lucky. That was a...
Look at that.
I don't know what he was thinking shooting it like that. That was crazy. I mean, you got to be aware that rub was there where it could go straight at the corner pocket. That was... No.
Well, he's been lucky in 2 or 3 occasions today, Cobra.
Oh yeah, he hit the tits a couple times.
They could have gone. They could have gone down any time, any other day.
Sometimes that's what makes the difference between the winner and the loser, is stuff like that. I mean, he could end up running out from here,
and Coldest Pillows had two break shots where he scratched from them, and he's just locked up a couple of balls as well now, Cobra.
Yeah,
that's giving him a headache.
He's going to shoot the 1 and bump these other balls apart, I think.
I don't know that
he could try to cheat the pocket on this 11 and get into the 7 ball.
I was just about to say that. I don't think that's his priority at the moment. That's his priority, and he's dealt with it. So
yeah, the other problem's easy to take care of.
What about this 6 ball? Is that sitting good?
Yeah, that's fine.
That'll do it.
You can break off the 6, the 4. Actually, the 10's sitting. 10's a little high. Side pocket break. I always look at the side pockets when there's balls sitting there that you can just stop and then shoot in the side. But the 10's a little bit on the high side. It would work, but not optimal.
I think it'd be safe to assume that he's probably going to get to that 6 ball off of one of these balls over the side pocket, you would think, unless he's going to tidy them up right now.
I didn't think he needed to hit that hard, but I guess he felt like he didn't want to beat the pocket. Yeah, well, either one's okay. Close to the pocket's always better when you're talking about side pocket key balls. Unless you can get sprayed on it, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's going to use the 13.
100 the lead and counting.
And I would always go forward with this with right English.
just
It's me.
whoa.
That's fine. I think with that kind of angle, you want a little straighter. When it's close to the rack, it's better to be straighter, safer.
Well, they've not exactly opened a great deal. He's got a proper stack of balls there to deal with. That 8-ball might work at some point, will it?
Nope.
Let's have a look.
8-ball's
no, it won't.
no good.
Far too tight.
But
and
the 2-4-1 is dead. So he can shoot the 2-4-1 anytime he wants.
Oh, aye. I mean, that's a perfect setup there. I think I'm just looking to see whether that 14 ball's encroaching in the 4-ball. That might be touch and go.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter if it nicks the 14. But you know, I've said that in real life before and been sorry. But
well, Cobra's been trying to jinx himself, and he's managed to get away with it most times. What we've seen so far in the match. But he's definitely scratching his head over this set. I presume he's a look at that combo in the middle of the rack. No, he's obviously decided he wanted to do something with it, with the opportunity, and I think he's made matters worse. I think he has, big.
Stephen, you can insult me. I'm pretty bulletproof.
That's giving him a bigger headache because he's made it worse than what it was.
Yeah, he's got a problem here. He doesn't really have a good shot. I mean, he's probably going to have to cut the 1 ball.
Yeah, that's all he's got. I mean, he's got a dodgy cut in the 11. And then, of course, he's going to have to work from the back of the stack there to try and bump these open. He's got a 7-ball and a 10-ball that will allow him to do that, and he's going to have to be proactive in that right now, I think. And he's good on the 7. Could have done a wee bit more angle, maybe. I think he's just a.
No,
I think is he good enough?
Use the 10. He may.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he just decided to. I mean, I know why he did that because you know you leave the 10 to last, and anything could happen. He's okay.
You might be doing it again here, although he's the 9-ball would free them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he'll just shoot the 9.
I still think he'll bump them.
Well, you can't avoid them. I mean, there's no avoiding.
Or is he taking the 9 right now? Is the 9 going to cut and he's going to a little brush?
Yeah, he's
there you go. That's fine. That's fine. And he's got a break ball if he didn't already have one with the 12. Although the 8-ball's tight in the corner, 12-ball. No, both of them are ideal. He's spoilt for choice here. Oh, hang on a minute. No sooner have I said that. He's having to bail out in one of them.
You're the spoiler here. As soon as you say it, you jinx him.
He's having to bail out in one of his break balls. Oh, dear. And he's gone high enough, so now he can deal with the problem at the back of the stack here. He can get rid of the 2 balls that are there, take care of that, and concentrate on the job in hand.
Yeah, Stephen, it's the way of the world. Everybody's opinionated nowadays. It's like people giving testimonial. They got to say what they believe and shout at the top of their lungs. I think that's all from social media.
Well, the good thing about social media is you don't have to be on it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on it. It's your choice. Right, well, 243 and counting. The visit is 26. Cobra will want this to be the end.
But you realize this game's a form of social media. Although we don't exactly have free speech in here. We do restrict the speech. Oh, there comes the rain.
What Steve's saying there, folks, is whatever he says goes, and if you don't like it, tough.
Well, there's some truth to that, but it is well laid out in the code of conduct of what's acceptable and what's not.
The only thing is he's never put in a clause for stub in the terms and conditions yet. He's seriously thinking about that.
Stubb's fine. He's not an abusive person. He's
nuts.
He's nuts, but there's nothing that says you can't be nuts.
This is Virtual Pool for care in the community for people like Stubb. If you get behavioural problems.
Yeah, sometimes people complain about Stubb, but he's not an abusive person.
No, he does not. He does not. I've never said that. You know, you know what he's like in a match. He's a numpty, but he's never anybody that. What's the word they use on social media? What do you call it again? I'll get the word. The word's there in my head. I just can't get it out of my head. Troll. I don't think he's a troll in that sense of the word. I mean, he sends me messages when I'm at work, and it's the usual crap. I don't even need to read them.
You know, it's going to say the same thing.
Missiles and forces and all of that crap. I just ignore them. I don't even look at them.
Yeah, it's kind of a one note song, isn't it?
Here's an incoming missile from Stubb. The usual. Right, well, I think there's a bit of, again, a bit of work needing done here from Cobra.
Yeah, I think
no, that's taking care of that. That was a nice little nick. Let's have a look at that. Yeah. That was just a clever little bump.
Good break ball now on the 15, and yeah, that was well done.
He still got lucky there because he brushed the 9 and brushed the other one out of the way doing it. He didn't mean to do that, but he got lucky. I'm sticking to that.
Yeah, let's see how he decides to hit this. Yep.
Break ball in place. 15 ball prime is a break ball. Won't be touched.
A little careful here how you play this, because you could get stuck there, and he's fine.
Now, let's have a look at these two balls. Not a problem with these two balls other than getting down to where he's going now to deal with one of them. And that will take care of that. No, he's going for the 1 yet. I thought he would have been the 9, no, not the 1.
He's not going to go for
the...
Yeah,
he's getting...
He only needs 46 balls at this point, so there's a real good chance this is it for Coldest Pillow. He may not get back to the table. And Cobra is going to, unless he misses and Coldest Pillow pops off a big one, Cobra is going to get the prize for the high run of the tournament.
Why? What you mean is he was sober, Slim? That's what you mean. Snakes was sober.
Well, Snakes is another story. I mean, he's just drunk and irritating. I get more complaints about him than anybody, so he gets muted and kicked a lot.
How many profiles has that guy got? He must have at least 24 gratis profiles at least. And
what's really funny is I had somebody one day complaining about me kicking Snakes. That's a little straight.
Yeah.
I would go forward with this. I would hit this hard and go forward, because otherwise you get stuck in the rack.
Well, he squeezed something out of it.
Yeah, he got away with it. He's going to have to work to get the rack open, though.
Now, quick study of this rack, see if anything's doing.
Well, he's probably going to play the 13 and do it. I mean, there's nothing that obvious to me.
Too straight. Now does he try and get up the table and cut this 5 ball? I don't know whether he can get there, can he? and cut the 5?
I think he can. He's going to have to kind of stun run this, though. This is a tricky shot. He's probably looking at the rack right now, trying to see if there's anything. I don't think. I think the 9 ball is going high. It's close, but I think the 9 ball goes high. 3 off the 8. I think that's going to go high.
1 ball's in the way of the 10 ball to the 4.
3 off the 8's close too, but you know, these ones that are close and you look at them and you go, that's going to hit the high tit. That's, you know, usually what it's going to do.
Well, hang on. If it bounces, no, he's not really bounced enough though, has he?
Well, he can go around the corner. Well, now you look at the rack again because the rack got bumped.
Yeah.
So I think the 9 ball goes now. I think the 9 ball goes in the corner. 3-9. 9 goes off the 1.
Off the 1.
Yeah, I think he's not going to trust that.
Well, he's done enough to get a couple of balls in play.
Yeah, I mean, he got into him. He got into him pretty good.
Full-blooded with a 7, do you think? I mean, I can't turn this down. He's got to go for this. This is to win the match, isn't it? This visit.
It would be hard to turn that down. Yeah, you don't see guys picking balls out of racks much in VP. I mean, I just think it's an inexperienced thing. People haven't played enough straight pull, or I don't know if these guys practice or not. But that's the time you shoot those in practice, and you learn what they do, so that when you get in a match. Because anytime you're looking at this going, well, I think it goes, but I'm not sure, then it's scary to shoot them.
I mean, all the Cobras and Albinaris of this world don't get near straight pull until this tournament comes along, and then they'll do a little bit of practice, before the match and stuff like that. But that's it. They never get near it any other time during the year.
It's a matter of shame, Stephen. We're shaming them when we meet them. Yeah, people complain about that all the time. Some text comes up in the match. I don't know. I don't know why that bothers people, but it does sometimes.
So those 2 balls in the rack, they're clean. They go. I would assume. I'm not even looking at them, but they look spaced enough to go. And where's the break ball this time? Well, he's bumped him anyway.
Well, he's going to have to work to get the break ball now. He could back up into this 1 and pump it out right now. He tried to, but he didn't get it. He didn't hit it hard enough.
No, another inch and he was fine. So we're on plan C now. Yeah,
he's going to probably shoot the 1 or the 2.
Get rid of the 2.
The 10, but the 10's pretty thin. Well, he is going to shoot it. He's probably going to try to run these balls over on the side rail.
Yeah, I think he may well be leaving that 6 ball as a break ball this time.
That was risky. I mean, that could have been... he could have come off that ball and come right down on the corner.
Oh, it's set in stone. 14 ball is the last ball. 6 ball is a break shot. Cue ball in the middle of the table for the cut. That looks an odds-on certainty to me.
I don't know. We'll see.
1 ball, 2 ball, 14 ball, and 6 ball for the break shot. That will do it. 1 ball, 2 ball. Or does he go in 14 ball? No. 1 ball, 2 ball, 14. Listen to what I'm saying, Cobra. No, he doesn't listen.
The only reason I mute Stubb is because he's coming in the room and nobody wants to watch it. And it's not just one thing. It's like over and over and over again.
Right, 14's gone, so you're not going that way. So it'll be 2 ball to the 6 ball then. So I think he's overcooked that a wee bit, is he not? He's overcooked that by quite a margin.
And that's the same reason Snakes gets muted. Nobody wants to see it over and over and over again.
That's a terrible shot, Cobra. That's terrible. Worst shot of the night you just saw there. He didn't want to be there.
Watch out.
Well, he's definitely got a cut angle.
All kinds of bad shit can happen here. Now, he's probably going to try to hit right on the 9 ball. This could go in the side pocket. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, look at where the cue ball's going. Look at where it was headed. Well, I think it was going to the knuckle, as a matter of fact, but it was heading that direction.
He came out okay here. He's got the 3-ball.
Yeah, it's going to have to be the 3-ball. But you
Yeah,
only ever need 1 ball.
Well, watch out. Watch out. That's that's the thing about bumping balls.
Well, he's got a
He's
bailout in the
okay.
10.
He's got the 15 too.
15, yeah.
And I think he'll run into the 11 here, which this is safe because you've got the 4-ball, you've got the 8-ball, you've got the 12-ball. And he doesn't decide to run into him. See, I would have run into him there.
Oh.
Because he's going to need to move those balls. I mean, you can always wait, but I would have run into him right there because he had other balls sitting there that he as safety valves.
Well, it might be about the time for Coldest Pillow's eulogy for a player who has a rookie at this type of game.
It ain't over till it's over.
Not yet, but it's heading that way. But he surprised himself, I think, in getting to the final.
Now he's going to bump him, and he just shot one of his escape balls. That's why I would have done this earlier. I'm not saying he'll come out bad because it's still a nice controlled hit, but he had less escape balls.
No. He wants to just come up the table off the 12 and leave himself on that 11 to get rid of it. And I mean, that's the most obvious shot I'd be looking at.
Well, I think he's going to
checked it up, get on the 11, get rid of it.
I would actually play shape for the 13 or the 9 there and then shot the 11. Because
you might, I mean, he's still looking at it. I mean, he could take that 9, couldn't he?
Yeah, it's going to bump the 7. He doesn't want to do that. The last shot, he should have played shape for the 13 or the 9 because it would be easy to get on the 11 good. He tried to go straight to the 11, and that was hard to get perfect from there.
So now he's in plan B again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so now he can play the 5 and bump the 11. Does he? What, he doesn't need to bump the 11, though. No, he's not doing that either. So he's giving this a bit more serious thought.
Well, this is safe for going this way. Anytime you start bumping balls like that, the cue ball's not so under control, you could get in trouble.
14 balls, the only one isolated. So that takes care of the 11 this time. That's sitting clean. And it could be the 14 to get to the 5, or the 7, sorry, not the 5.
Yeah, everything's looking pretty good, and he'll be into his last rack. Yeah, he's not going to need another rack after this one.
One more. Well, he's been a bit like a sort of breath of fresh air for the tournament, Coldest Pillow. The way he's conducted himself through the event.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's one of the guys that's getting better, and he's the one that's stepped up. You got Interchange X, One Pocket Slim. I mean, you got a bunch of these guys that are kind of like on the cusp of being at the next level, and I think Coldest Pillow is at the next level now. He may not win the tournament, but I mean, this is a good showing.
He's proved that if you do take that opportunity, it was a sort of long shot, but he done Albinario and showed it can be done. You can take these guys down on the day.
Yeah, anytime you got Albinario's scalp, it's definitely a meaningful thing. Not that many of these guys playing in these have beat Albinario.
Well, let's the people know that you don't want to be bumping into Coldest Pillow early on in the tournament or any other time.
Yep. Well, what did come in the last 10-ball tournament? Wasn't it like third or fourth? I mean, he did really well on that too.
Well, he's got the 9-ball coming up now as well, so that's more familiar territory for him.
Well, I mean, he was good at straight pull. I mean, his style and he's got a great style. I think he's going to do well in this 9-ball tournament. This match was kind of like AJ Manis versus Fedor Gorst. You got Cobra, who plays like Fedor Gorst, just real steady, robotic, and then you got Coldest Pillows like AJ Manis, kind of free and loose. And if you haven't seen AJ Manis play, you should. He's
I've never heard of him, Steve.
well, okay. I'll make a prediction. I'm going to predict that within 5 years, he's the best player in the world.
Oh, is he another new kid in the block? Is he? I thought he's maybe an old timer or somebody you were talking about.
He's been playing.
Where's he from?
Philippines. He's been playing in the WNT events for maybe 3 years now, at least 2. And
Spud says he's a young kid.
Yeah, let's see. I first saw him, he's 16. I don't think he's more than 18 now. And he plays very relaxed. I mean, it looks like he's practicing when he's in a match. He just, he plays like he really plays like he don't give a crap. And
well, that's what you said. If it does, play like that it doesn't matter.
And that's it.
Yeah. Well, Cobra is your virtual Pool 4 2025 straight pool world champion again.
Yep.
Because I'm sure he's won it before, hasn't he? Or might be wrong there. By 300 points to 129, and that's it all over in barely 2 hours. So it is. And you think about it, if you had 2 proper numpties in that final, we could have been here to 9 o'clock. So very well done to Cobra. And also that applies to Coldest Pillow. Yep. But he'll work in the break, I'm sure, for the next time. He'll work out a better break shot than that.
Yeah, well, this is how you learn, is by pain.
Right, so let's. I should have went into the bracket there again. Hang on a minute. Let's just cover the money side of it. Cobra comes out $2,630 V, and well, there's a good payout there for Coldest Pillow, 1,300, and then that runs all the way back to round 5, where those players get 255, so they almost got their entry fee back. And also in the stats, we can see that Cobra managed to achieve his... What the hell am I doing here? That's the wrong thing. Stats I'm looking for. There it is. Cobra achieved one thing today by getting the high run of the tournament. And as that will be confirmed right now. There you go. 139 Cobra got. Acero with 130. So the whole event, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there'd be people still imagining that there'd be 100 runs all over the place. But Cobra, Acero, Albinario, Matt, it seems a long time ago that Matt on the first day of the tournament got his 1-2-1, and we thought that would...
Hey, Hugh, look at Stubbs' high run.
28. Yeah, well, he wasn't in the tournament long enough, was he? So that's... and if you look at, obviously, the other thing is the points per turn, then if we go to that, then you'll see that the right guy won it, because he's averaging 28 each visit, 22 Albinario, Acero 17, Coldest Pillow 15. So you can see where, those visits that Coldest Pillow made tonight, if they were like, 60s and 70s, he could have still been in the match. You never know, but there's room for improvement. His first big tournament. It's still a well done to Coldest Pillow for what he's done there. Now, the other thing I want to do quickly is go to the 9-ball one, because that's now the main event. And we'll have a quick look down that. First of all, look at the bracket, the schedule. We've got Liquid against Quagmire Monday at 9 a.m. in the morning. Good luck to them. Shibo and Bill Monday at 7 p.m. I should be around for that one. And Polka Bouter and Interchange X, that's Friday at midnight my time. So good luck to Slim with that one, because I won't be around for that. The bracket, I've not even looked at this yet. Tommy against Larry, that'll be a good first round match. Matt against Bankster, that'll be a good one as well. Bankster's dangerous, but he's not getting a handicap. Lockstar, Thunder Bluster, that's Popman. I don't know who Lockstar is. Stubb up against Fan, don't know whether that'll go ahead. Spectre Don, well, there he needs all the help he can get in this tournament. He's getting a bye to round 2. Spud Boy up against Fantastic Mr. Fox. You're going to need a hell of a lot in that match, Spud Boy. Bedhead against Miasma. Bedhead's going to need an awful lot of help in that match, Miasma, isn't he? Acero against Brainful Out. The Shibo and Bill match. We have the Quagmire Liquid match. Sergresh up against Cobra. Sergresh is either good, bad, or indifferent. Cobra will be strong favourite. LS3 up against Albinario. Oh, LS3, somebody throw that girl a bone. She can't get a proper numptail at Stubb in the first round. She ends up with Albinario again.
That's not a good draw. Not a good draw.
Give the girl a break, for God's sake. And then Rabi's got a bye, and One Pocket Slim now through to play Rabi in round 2 after Slim's win against Demon earlier on. Coldest Pillow up against Viking. Well, that should be a fairly comfortable win for Coldest Pillow if it goes ahead. And Interchange X Polka Bouter. So that is it. So there was only it went down to a couple of buys, was it? Or just the one buy? Am I reading that right?
I thought there were 2 buys.
2 buys. Rabi got a buy. There was only 2, so that wasn't bad with the amount of sign-ups there was.
Well, I'm glad we didn't get 33 players, because then
then it'd been a whole pile of them. Right, well done to Cobra. Well done to... In fact, that was the other thing I forgot also to mention was the payouts here, Steve. That's the wrong thing. I mean, I want to be back in the night, the straight pool one, don't I? The payouts for the high runs of the tournament. So Cobra... and the various others mentioned in those high runs, there was 5 of them or 6 of them. They'll all get $300 V. Cobra never got a 150; it was 139, so that's out of the equation. So the payouts are $300 V for the high runs.
No, Cobra gets 1,000 for the highest run.
Where does that say that?
The tournament.
Oh, aye, right. I just saw that there. You're correct. Yeah, he gets 1,300 then, or just 1,000.
He just gets 1,000. You only get one prize per player.
That's cheap. He got a 100 run. I mean, how tight are things, Steve, that you can't give the guy 1,300 for having the highest run of the tournament in the final?
That's the way it's always been. One prize per player.
And then Steve, contact support Cobra.
I don't want to have to get out the calculator, figure out how much I'm paying out to everybody.
I can just imagine Cobra sending a message to support. Why can't I get that? And read the small print reply, Steve. Right, that's it, folks. Well, it's actually a short night. Thank God for that. No disrespect to Coldest Pillow, but it's a lot shorter than I thought it could have been. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again another time for another one, but we've got the live streams coming up for the 9-ball. Keep your eye out for them. Slim will be doing them, the ones that suit him in his time zone, and I'll cover as many as I can get. So hope you join us there. Thanks for the subscription, whatever his name was again. And thanks to Steve for his company again. Much appreciated. And we will see you again sometime. And thank God the stream lasted, and the PC lasted, and Windows 11's up and running, and I'll still get that annoying thing, but I'll live with it. And we'll bid you good night.
Yep, good night, guys.
See you later, folks.